Hey, I built a data science machine. You've got to try this use case out if you're working day in, day out on complicated policy analysis. Shout out to Neha, a lead economist and a monetary authority of Singapore for this use case. At the MAS, Neha and the team does a lot of Python calculations to project many financial futures for us here in Singapore. Now, what do people like Neha and data analysts do? Well, they write very complex code to perform calculations, which kind of looks like this. It's scary, but most importantly, it takes really long. Trust me, I've been there, done that myself. I'm going to show you now how we can perform data analytics using a tool that I built using open source plugins and Cursor. You can also build this with Lovable, but I just wanted a quick and easy demo to show you all what you can be dreaming of. For this example, I'm going to show you a simple analysis I did for my data science class here at UC Berkeley on the frequency of gun shootings here in the United States. Shout out to Miriam and Cam, consultants from Indonesia and Thailand, for working on this project with me. Let's go! So let's start by showing you all the data files that I work with. I have all the gun shooting incident data files from 2015 to 2023 in CSV files. And I also have the voting results of every single state in the same time period. Now, when I open the shooting incident files, as you can see, I put data from every single state in the US and I know the number of deaths right down to the street address where the shooting occurred. Next, I'm going to open Cursor and open the folder that contains all my data files. I modified an open source plugin that allows me to view the CSV files as tables within Cursor. That's why you are seeing the data appear as a table now in Cursor. The first thing I'm going to do is to describe and write the metadata for Cursor so that it understands what my data files are about. Once I'm done, I check if Cursor understands my data. Looking at the output is pretty cool. Cursor now understands what my data is describing. Now, the next step, I want to transform the file that has my voting results. As you can see, each row contains multiple years. I want each row to contain only a single year of voting results for each state. So I'm going to ask Cursor to do it for me. It writes all this lengthy code for me, and in just a few seconds, I get a transformed data set where each row contains just 1 year's worth of voting results. Much easier to handle. Next, I'm going to ask Cursor to create a new CSV file where the columns are year, state, number of shooting incidents, number of victims killed, and number of victims injured. And again, in just a few simple moments, Cursor writes the complicated code for me to execute my instructions. I'm going to do a final demo. I'm going to ask Cursor to calculate the number of incidents per 100,000 residents living in each state in each year. This is usually a rather complicated calculation that data analysts do to compare different sized populations on the same footing. As you can see, I now have a new column that gives me what I want. I could go on, but I have shown you enough. What would have taken you hours to code and fine-tune can now be performed very simply. If you're like Neha and the team working on data non-stop using Python or any other language, consider building your own tools for your team. Again, for the rest of you guys in public service, if you've got any other use cases, please reach out to me. And I promise you, if I know how to build it, I will definitely feature it. In my YouTube class, I teach public servants like you the basics of how to build without code. It's completely free. So Singapore Public Service, if you're not subscribed or watching my YouTube class, please give it a chance and I'll see you in the videos.